Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Stop traffic in Castro Valley, 580 eastbound at the 238 split. That connector ramp might still be blocked because of an earlier crash. It looks like CHP is still on the scene. The alternate route, take 164th Avenue off ramp from 580 east over to East 14th and then reaccess 238 at 170th. San Jose, southbound 680 at King Road. We have an accident involving two vehicles on the shoulder. You're slow from after Jackson. That's traffic. I'm Katie Green.
Hey, son. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pop.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it.
When your kid can't find the language, find the lyrics. Start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the Warehouse Club. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry. Show. How can a man go to a house in a neighborhood think he's gonna get sex? As many hookers and prostitutes are out there, go get one. Leave me alone. Some sex website. Men go and look for sex. They pay Venmo for the services, and then they get my address and they come here. Yes, I have my Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum loaded 4-inch barrel next to me. Answer the door with it.
That's a woman whose address accidentally got posted as a place where sex workers are. She's not, apparently. And now rando men keep showing up at her house. Yeah, she's tired of answering the doorbell time after time after time, and really tired of straight. Right. Like the old joke, you have to climb up on the table to see him. If you know it, you know. You know, the lady who called the cops says, my neighbor keeps walking around naked. And the cop says, I don't see him. And she says, well, you have to stand up here on the table. So I became aware of this yesterday afternoon. I was texting around various clips that we needed for the show, and that while I was watching Face the Nation and whatnot, my coworkers were watching NFL Championship football, and I thought, what has become of me? Yes, I do feel like a parent. I shouldn't, because, you know, not everybody watches sports. In fact, I think my kids are not into it at all. I mean, they're completely unaware the games are on yesterday, and if I turn them on, they're bored immediately because they don't know what's happening or the teams or anything like that. They just have no interest. So I don't have it on in my house, and I feel like I failed somehow as a parent. I grew up, man, my dad and I would have been watching those games. Over, right? Like things in common with the boys. Well, Sam played football for a cup of Gatorade, didn't he? Well, we went for a bike ride and stuff. We did stuff. But, yeah. Anyway, I just feel like a failure as a parent. Anyway, moving on. So I was watching. So I was watching one of these shows whilst the rest of America was enjoying football, and it was kind of interesting switching around the Sunday talk shows because several of them led with the murderous, ballistic cops beating a guy to death. They led with that story. Fox News Sunday did not lead with that story. They led with the story of the 4-star Air Force general who says we're going to war with China, and had a guest on to talk about that. Let's listen to that, and then I'll fill in any gaps afterwards.
Well, I want to start by this report of a U.S. general, a top general, who is making a comment about a potential war with China in 2025. To his officers with this quote, they say, I hope I am wrong, he says to them. My gut tells me we'll fight in 2025. Now, that's being met with a lot of different reactions and skepticism. This is attributed to the opinion of one man. What do you make of that, and how do you think that's going to be received?
Well, I hope he's wrong as well. I think he's right, though. Unfortunately, I mean, China's mounting
an actual war.
reunification of Taiwan, right? That's how they call it. There are several ways to do that. It will take place a year from today. President Tsai's party is running. China is hitting them hard, saying they're a proxy of the United States to go to war with China. If they succeed in that effort, like Hong Kong without a shot fired, but if they don't win in that one, they are going to look at a military invasion. We have to be prepared for this. And it could happen, I think, as long as Biden is not projecting weakness, as he did with Afghanistan that led to Putin invading in Ukraine, that the odds are very high we could see a conflict with China and Taiwan and the Indo-Pacific. This goes back to my father's war, World War II.
So, any comment on that before I send them a couple games?
the guest that Shannon Bream of Fox News Sunday had on after the call said more or less that. That's what I was thinking at the time. Then he said, we got to quit talking about like this, like it's inevitable, like it has to happen. It doesn't. Anyway, that's a heck of a lead story. In a sentence there, that is exactly what we're talking about. A couple of China-related stories. Number one, we outlawed sending them advanced ships in 1997 and continued to do it for quite a few years. Apparently, we can get into that in some depth. I saw that. So we were sending our best ships for like their nuclear weapons. Yeah, including in the last 2.5 years. That's so crazy. Some were procured as components for computing systems. Institute's laboratory studying computational fluid dynamics, a broad scientific field that includes the modeling of nuclear explosions. But you know, they just buy them for one thing and use them for another, and the enforcement mechanism is super sloppy. So again, that's kind of interesting, and I'd like to get into it later. But was also reading of various militaries around the world, and the Ukraine conflict has absolutely exposed Russia as a corrupt, corroded, hollowed-out force, still capable of enormous violence and death, but not nearly the monster it could be. I was reading one expert. Britain is very much like, to continue the NFL-related analysis, it's like if we were figuring out who might win in a game next week, but one team hasn't played since 1978, and we just remember when they were good. Oh man, Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swan, you know, the British Army, they're a team with a great legacy, blah, 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 but they are an unknown quantity at best, right? Speaking of Ukraine, then we'll move on from the horror. We keep saying we're going to move on. We keep bringing back horror. I saw one general on one of the talk shows yesterday saying the current best estimates are Ukraine has lost 100,000 men dead so far. That's a country of 40 million people has lost 100,000 men in a year. So we have times their population. I mean, to get a proportion, we have to lose 800,000 soldiers in a year. Is that the equivalent? I mean, that's obviously unimaginable. And the best numbers on Russia are they've lost between 150 and 200,000 men in a year. But he doesn't care. Hell, he may start caring soon. Oh, that reminds me, you know, we can get into it. It's definitely not lightening it up, but many of those prisoners who were recruited and thrown into fighting, their 6 months are up now, and they're coming home to Russia, and that's rough sledding. They're not coming home and saying, well, that was fun. I'm reformed and cheerful and ready to contribute to my city's economy and well-being. Angry, messed up, depressed, shell-shocked. And I gotta tell you, that war in Ukraine is a good idea. Oof, they're not saying that either. Not so much, no. So we got lots to get to. Our text line is always 415-295-KFTC. Armstrong and Getty. Don't you just love spending all that time in long grocery checkout lines? Yeah, I didn't think so. Get HelloFresh's chef-created recipes delivered right to your door instead. And you can skip the trip to the grocery store so you can spend more time doing the things you love. And HelloFresh now has 40 weekly recipes to choose from. More choices than ever before. And say goodbye to your recipe rut and hello. The seasonal recipes packed with farm-fresh, pre-proportioned ingredients that make getting dinner on the table easy and enjoyable. From fit and whole. Quick and easy, HelloFresh has dishes for your lifestyle and meal preference with options to please even the pickiest eaters. Plus, it doesn't hurt that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and restaurant takeout. Make eating easy and exciting with America's #1 meal kit. Sign up today for 60 plus free shipping with the code Armstrong65 at HelloFresh.com/Armstrong65. That's the code Armstrong65 at HelloFresh.com/Armstrong65. HelloFresh.com/Armstrong65.
Inflation is nothing more than legalized theft. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and to preserve your wealth, I highly recommend you physical gold in your retirement account. To learn more, enter the word SAFEWALK. 98898. Get a it on gold IRAs was sold. You see, holy gold IRA coming in across. So it's baseball. Dining. And this place is free info hit right now. Research shows listeners for a personalized experience. Customizing their home insurance. We personalize that for Amber, who really makes full advantage of the night. Hey girl, I'm a cute one here to tell you how Liberty your home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. The only thing I love about YouTube is safety. And the other point of it is only for contact. Only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com.
Former Navy SEAL Sean Ryan shares real stories from real people from all walks of life on the Sean Ryan Show.
3 years ago today, we kicked off the first episode of the Sean Ryan Show. Since then, we have hit number 55 overall out of over 8 million podcasts. I think we spread a very positive message here on this platform, and we're going to continue to do that. Me and the team at Vigilance Elite just want to wish you the best.
The Sean Ryan Show on YouTube or wherever you listen. Always interesting. Our expertise, even possible, is enough to expose the seams or opportunities that people don't understand, or they're especially business owners. This is where the special era is not alone. The grant giving away up to $26,000 for every employee that you have to qualify. How do you qualify? There's two ways. The easy way is a certain drop in gross revenue, and the complex way, which a lot of firms are missing, the tax and service and effort. Go over it. The only thing we care about is getting you every dollar to which you're legally entitled. That could be a lot of money. This applies to you. Give a call 1-888-TAX-DEAL. That's 1-888-TAX-DEAL or MosquitLLP.com. MosquitLLP.com. MosquitLLP.com or 1-888-TAX-DEAL. How do you get over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and veggies into 6 vegetarian capsules? Find out. Tune in to the Balance of Nature Show this Saturday at 5 p.m. on KSFO. Mike Campbell here, serial entrepreneur. Let's make sure your current payroll provider isn't overcharging you, shall we? First, go to your payroll provider's website to see what you're currently paying. Oh, what's that? You can't clearly see your pricing? Because your vendor is running a temporary sale, making you call for a free quote? That's unfortunate. If you go to patriotsoftware.com, you will instantly see our payroll pricing for companies with 1 to 100 employees. Well, now you know what you should be paying. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code radio and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. We boost your findability. Cumulusboost.com. CUMULUSboost.com. The Armstrong and Getty Show.
A mattress review site is paying people to test the theory that cheese before bed will give a person nightmares. But if you're in bed eating cheese till you pass out, your life is already a nightmare.
Wow. Eating cheese till you pass out. Oh, that's funny. So women jobs are going to vanish first thanks to AI. Stay with us. For some reason, I had a dream last night that I'd ordered like DoorDash food. I was waiting for it to arrive, and I feel like I spent the entire night kind of half asleep because I was expecting a knock at the door because my food was going to arrive. I don't know what that was all about. It's like a waiting for Godot sort of thing, but except it was DoorDash.